And Teacher Chrissy, thank you for coming by. I hope you had a great day and you're enjoying a fantastic dinner. Stevie B. Good morning, Stevie. I was having technical difficulties when you were telling your fish story. I'll have to go back and listen to that. Oh no. Well, we'll certainly be praying you feel better. I think Boggs was trying to describe something around your scapula. But you don't worry about saying anything. You can tell the story Thursday night. That's too much typing. Hey, this morning coffee is to let everybody ease into their day, and I have to get frustrated typing on a phone or something. I know we can type on our phones, but it's a phone, not a keyboard. Raymond. Good morning, Raymond. What are you doing up so early? Stevie B, Raymond says hello. Raymond, Stevie's running a little late, so she might not be reading text. Or I should say reading chat. Raymond, we're just listening to some birds whenever they decide to sing and drinking mass quantities of coffee. Yeah, last night Moggs was showing that video he took of the alligator. He he really should post that. Good morning, Soul Star. I hope you're having a great start to your day. Like Stevie B, I woke up late. I kept waking up, being awake for an hour, going back to sleep. So I didn't get up to stay up until it was 5:30. Yeah, they're complaining that it's cruel because it's surrounded by alligators. And you know, if you talk to Stevie B and Moggs, there's alligators everywhere in Florida. It's not just there. I think they have to look out their window to see an alligator. Yeah, I was on the phone with somebody yesterday, and all of a sudden I just had a thought, what was I doing? Apparently, while I was on the phone, I fell asleep. A long lull in the conversation. Snack time. Nap time. I said snack. I must be hungry. Well, you go make some coffee and join in. I'm almost at the bottom of my first cup. You take your time, Raymond. Soul Star, usually that's when I wake up about 3 o'clock. But I don't know what was going on last night. It could have been the storms. But most of the storms were south of me. So I'm looking forward to, I hope Michael shows up and lets us know how he fared through the storms last night. Soul Star, if you don't mind, refresh my memory. What state are you located? Is that where you live or just visiting? He asked as he topped off his cup of coffee. Gotcha. Somebody I know moved to Indiana for a while, and let's just say some of the culturally appropriate behavior there would get you shot here. And Soul Star says, "Good morning, Stevie B. Back to you." I have fun with different cultures around the country. I went into a little shop in Massachusetts, and they had gemstones, uh, not necessarily for uh, wearing as jewelry, but gemstones for different purposes. And they also had tarot cards and this, that, and the other. And I go in with a friend of mine that's local, and we're walking around, and I learned real at an early age, whenever I go up there, I keep my mouth shut. 'cause 2 words and they know I'm not local. So I'm walking around the store looking, and my friend is asking questions and picking stuff up, and I'm picking stuff up and looking at it. And I finally say something. I pick up a stone and go, I didn't know this could be used for that purpose. And their eyes got huge. I mean, huge. They they were surprised and scared at the same time. They never thought somebody from the South would walk through as anywhere near being a customer. They figured I'd be out front picketing. And he's like, nah, you're doing good business in the South. Just stay away from certain locations. I got you. Well, if you ever get near Martinsville, Virginia, not too far west of Martinsville, is a state park called Fairy Stone Park. And I don't know what it is about the ground there, but the stones come up just naturally, break into these little crosses. As a matter of fact, give me a minute. Yeah, it's been thoroughly picked over now, so it's hard to find them. But Alright, this is going to be kind of hard for me to do, but I'll try to show you. See, see that stone? How it's cross-shaped? And they just laying around in the ground like that. On the ground. There's another one. They're not perfect, but isn't that wild? Yeah. Um, I didn't do anything about finding the stones, but I did do a video on hiking up there. They got a nice little waterfall, and Stevie, you'd be interested in this. I got to one section of the trail. I never saw anything, but something was following me along the trail about 50 yards parallel, 50 yards in the wood. Well, that's funny you should say that, Soul Star, because that subject came up last night going to the Chesapeake Bay, and it's built up and all kinds of settlement now, but on the peninsula out there, on the bay side, I went there in the 70s, and you could find huge shells. I mean, huge sea shells. Yeah, maybe a cryptid, maybe, I don't know. It was nothing lightweight, let's put it that way. And it happened enough to where it got my attention. And in the video I did, there are several times when I stopped and turn around and aim the camera behind me, and that's when I heard it. I didn't say anything at the time because, you know, if it was somebody, I didn't want them to hear me thinking out loud. No, I think a cat would have been more silent. This was uh, this was too much like footsteps, and something that had 2 feet. And with it being in this park, I doubt there would have been anything more than a bobcat there. But like I said, I never saw anything. And once I made the turn and was the trail headed back to where I started the hike, didn't hear it anymore. Soul Star, if you have time, 9 o'clock Eastern on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. You'll meet a lot of people at Mog's place. Mogion Monster, he'll be in a little bit probably. And he has people talking about Bigfoot all the time. Of course, you're going to have to listen to some fish stories also. Because a lot of people that are serious fishermen hang out there. I don't fish, but I still have fun listening to it. Learn a lot about what kind of fish are out there. They had pictures of a fish last night. Pretty much looked like a human mouth. Human teeth. And Michael, if he comes in, he's a big time fisherman. Oh, okay, good. Let him sleep. Gavin. Gavin's my brother from another continent. Gavin knew who Shakin' Stevens was, and he's the first person I met that I did not have to tell about Shakin'. He's a bigger fan than I am. He has albums and everything. Well, I appreciate that adjective, but I'm kind of a small guy. It's going pretty good. It's 21 degrees C. Humidity's 110%. And we got fog everywhere. Good setup, Gavin. Good setup. Gavin, you guys talking about stereo equipment and everything. In 1989, I had gotten so busy with hiking and my job and everything, my stereo just sit silent most of the time. And I said, I just can't let this go to waste. So I sold everything except for my turntable and records and all my material, and I kept my Harman Kardon CD 191. I sold my 491, and that was the biggest mistake I ever made. But and I used the proceeds to buy a car. That's how much I was into stereos back then. Gavin, how you feeling today? I hope you're having a good day. The Harman Kardon CD 491, they guaranteed if you used metal tape, whatever sound you were recording, it was 100% match above 20 hertz and below 21 kilohertz. Whatever you put in, you would get it back if you use metal tape. And I tested it. I recorded a CD and then I synced them up so they were playing the same song at the same time set. And all I had to do is push a button to go from CD to tape. And I could not hear a difference. I mean, it was doing what it was proposed to do. But I mean, you put the tape in and it had a tone generator, and you select that and it played the tone recording onto the tape, and then it was a dual head system, so there was one head for recording and one head for play, and you would tweak the system so that it would match to that specific tape. Yes, I could bore you to tears talking about vinyl versus CDs, but I want people to be relaxed, not bored. I think that 491 set me back $500, and that was in 1983. The only one I found that was better was a Nakamichi, but my goodness, a new Nakamichi deck was $2,000. I had a I had a 200-watt system, a set of JBL L96s, yeah. Well, my turntables Techniques, but I mean, it was the only turntable. First of all, I really liked direct drive, and it was programmable. Because if there was a song on an album I didn't like, it was a hassle to have to, go over and move the tone arm and whatnot. So the Techniques that I have, you can program it up to, I think it's 8 different songs on an LP, and you can play in any order, any 8, which was not a problem because there's seldom more than 5 songs on an album on one side. But I couldn't give that up. I still have it. And got a Harman Kardon CD 191. I kept it, and if a cassette has quality recording on it, it'll play exactly what's on the tape. It just doesn't have the recording qualities of the 491. Yep, no gaps. I agree. Uh, the way 8 tracks worked was as the tape was pulled, it was pulled from the outside of the spool, which caused the spool to hang on. You guys hang on. Look at that. I thought it was about to jump the fence. Excuse me, I was wrong. I got it backwards. It's been, what, 40 some years. The spool was pulled from the center, which caused the spool to turn. Come on, jump the fence. Show everybody your stuff. So it was pulling from the center. There we go. Oh, yes. Ain't that something? Oh, my goodness. So it was pulling off of the center and then taken up on the outside. Well, the center was a small circle, the outside was a big circle, so it was working against itself. Wow. I've probably visited his channel. I had a Zenith VHS tape recorder, and I got it to go with my stereo. In 83, I think it was, I was playing VHS tapes to the TV, but the sound was coming out my stereo. And this Zenith had a 108 dB signal to noise ratio, which was amazing. You take care, Soul Star. Thanks for coming in. I'm glad you were here to see the deer. And it had the ability, I could have recorded something onto a VHS, and then I could go back and either replace the sound or add add sound to it. Ecot, good morning. Probably good afternoon for you, Ecot. Ecot, go back about 5 minutes and watch the deer jump the fence. It just happened. Little Ecot's a deer herself. Salamat. I know there's deer everywhere and everybody sees deer all the time, but I'm always excited to see a deer. So anyway, Gavin, if you're still there, check out that turntable and comment your opinion when you have time, if you have time. You too, Gavin. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. Ecot. Hey, I got something to show you. This is an unusual case. I've got this, we were talking about this earlier, Ecot. There's this place in Virginia where, for some reason, the rocks, they're not everywhere, but they're just naturally like this. Come on, focus. There we go. See how it's like a little star cross? I think I got too close. There we go. There's another one. It's just a neat little place. Ferrystone Park. If you ever get to Virginia, you can go hiking. They still let you look for those stones. Salamat and Palalam. Pa'alam. My pronunciation is not that good. I hope you have a great day. Thanks everybody for stopping in for morning coffee. I hope everybody has a great day. For those people on the other side of our world, I hope y'all have a great night. And we will catch you next time.